Hello there, YouTube. My name is Chuggy, and today I am here to bring you part, I believe it's 5, I might be wrong there, of Road to PTFO from Team LOL. Today, yet again, I'm joined by some very special guests. So, with us this week is obviously Dark Symmetry. So, hello, Dark.
Hello, guys.
We have HDK, I think?
HD and DK.
There we go, sorry. Hello. And finally, we have Tyler __123.
Hello.
Sweet. So, much like the previous week, basically, we're going to introduce HD and Tyler to you. They can say a little bit about themselves, and we have a bit of a tangent topic. So, without further ado, HD, is your little time to have a chat about yourself. Feel free.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to say. Been a gamer since I was 5, I think. But yeah, I've enjoyed the shooter since my first shooter. I played Counter-Strike back in 6th grade, I think, when I was 13, and I played that on the school's computer, and we kind of play a bit of competitively. And yeah, I played shooter since then.
Sweet. So, starting at Counter-Strike, that's quite a step. So I'm only just venturing onto Counter-Strike because of Global Offensive. It's scaring the hell out of me. So fair play if you started on there. Well done. Right, okay. So that's HD. Tyler, same again, please.
Well, I've only ever had a PlayStation 3, really, apart from like Game Boys and things like that. And I started playing Call of Duty World at War. That was my first shooter, proper shooter, and I really enjoyed that game. So I bought the rest of those, and I started playing competitive in Modern Warfare 2.
Right.
And my team played game battles and scrims and things like that. And during that, we sort of got tired of that. And my friend said, "Oh, look at this game, Battlefield Bad Company 2." And I really enjoyed that game after I bought it. And I bought Battlefield 3, and it's just been getting better and better from there.
So it's amazing, like, the number of people who I've talked to who have said, "Oh yeah, the first Battlefield game I played was Bad Company 2." I think that's done a lot for the series.
It definitely introduced a lot of players to the game.
Yeah. It's funny. I see it personally as more of an arcadey Battlefield, because I've been playing Battlefield from way back, but still, it's got all the core Battlefield stuff in there, so that's cool. And in fact, speaking of core Battlefield stuff, today's little tangent topic that we'll have is actually going to be about DLC and updates. So as we're recording this is Saturday, and probably by the time you hear this, I guess, maybe, we will have the new patch for the game, and also Close Quarters and Battlefield Premium and all sorts be released. So that's neat. So, basically what I'd like to talk about as a tangent topic is actually the patching, improving the base game. Now, personally, I'm very pro the way that they've been doing it, sort of the big, large, incremental updates. From like a development point of view, that makes more sense. It's better to test than like tiny micro patches. But the communities felt differently. And basically, I would like to ask you guys what you think.
Well, I think the suppression has been a bit off. It's just like they overdid it. But you get used to it. And the cover has been a lot more important specs because of that. I think the next packs they're like nerfing it, but it's still more powerful than on launch day. Yeah.
So I certainly found sort of playing the beta for Battlefield 3, the suppression to be a really interesting angle. I didn't feel it was strong enough. It was good. It obviously made you think twice about things. But I agree, it's definitely gone too far now. And obviously some people have gone, "Oh, they could have fixed this ages ago." But from like a testing point of view, that isn't easy. And I know, Dark, you've done some like test work for games and stuff. You'll have a better insight on this kind of thing. What do you think?
Well, I think it's a nice idea to want to have everything patched the next day, basically, or all kinds of small patches. But the reality is that to actually make patches, they have to get through certification and all kinds of processes, and they have to schedule them. And every time they schedule a slot, it costs them loads of money. And then if the patch isn't perfect by then they have to schedule a new slot, and it takes ages. And it's basically all these technicalities make it really hard to bring out patches regularly. So you basically just want to bunch as many fixes together as you possibly can, because otherwise they can't really afford to make all these patches. And I mean, I understand that people feel that, if you put in the bug, then you should fix it, but it's not that simple. I mean, the game is super complex. People play it so much. So many people are playing it. It's just realistic that there will be bugs. And I feel that the way they're doing it is really, they're doing it really well. I mean, they communicate about it, they're realistic about it, and the thing is, a lot of the problems that they have, for instance, that they can't bring out the patches too often and whatnot, I think often the problem is not so much on their side, but on somebody else's side. It might be the finance department or some manager that says, we can't do this because it's too expensive. But then DICE can't say, oh, my manager said I can't do this, so I'm not going to do this. I mean, they can't point fingers at people within their own company, but it's not the actual studio that makes these decisions, Or it might be too expensive, but they can't go into those kinds of details because fans wouldn't really understand that. So I think it's really, I don't know, I feel it's a bit heartbreaking sometimes, to be honest, that these people in the dev studios, they put so much energy into these games and they want it to be good and they want everybody to enjoy it and they want to fix the bugs. They want to fix your bugs right now, yesterday. But that's not the only opinion that counts, They can't just do that. There are so many factors involved. And I think it's sad to hear people bashing on them, while that's, for them, sort of like, I mean, it's not completely like a labor of love, but I mean, they are doing this because they want to, and they want to produce the best product they can. So it's, I don't know, I feel that they're getting a lot of flack for things they really can't help, and they really can't justify to the outside because they have NDAs and whatnot. So I don't know, I think it's sort of tough, the shit they get for that. So
yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I've done some software test stuff, and there's a lot more to it than just changing a number. It's normally when you change one thing, you've got to check every single other element to make sure that it still behaves as you expect.
Yeah.
Games are ridiculously complex these days, so it's not as easy as people think, and obviously that costs time, money, and everything. So I understand that. How about you, Tyler? What do you think?
Well, the whatever they do, like the tri-monthly patches or whatever it is, I think it's, if they come bringing out patches every week, that's going to cost them money, as Dark said. And after playing games like Modern Warfare 2, where there was not a patch at all and the game was completely broken, it's sort of at least they're bringing out patches, if you know what I mean. Like, if they. Yeah. And especially the big ones, like the last one, they're putting effort in, and that's what we like to see. We don't want to see things like not bringing out patches at all. I'd rather see tri-monthly patches which do loads of things than no patches.
Absolutely. So I remember Modern Warfare 2, you had that javelin glitch. A number of weird situations I was in. Yeah. Anyway, digression. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, unfortunately, all this gaming stuff, at one level or another, is business, and it's got to make business sense.
I think it's more about the fans. They're like always complaining about that. They're not fixing this. Actually, DICE are working their asses off to send out patches and fix the game as it is, and trying to balance it off. Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
so it's like many things, I guess. The more you get into it, the more realize, or the more complicated you will find it. So, well, thank you guys for that. That was excellent. That was interesting to have sort of various aspects there. And basically, well, what you'll have been seeing is some highlights from a little exhibition match that we had with KuFo AzRa. No, I got that name wrong, haven't I?
KuFo AzRa.
There we go. Something along those lines. Anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed the gameplay. Thank you for listening. And I'd just like to say here, thank you to HD and Tyler for joining us, as well as Dark. If you have anything you want to say just before we go, feel free to say so now.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Sweet. See you guys next time.